Look at this venue. What a remarkable scene for hopefully what will be a remarkable fight. We are live at Falcor Bay. And watching this live with me is Johnny Nelson.
You tried to give me the slip, didn't you, my friend? There was no way I was going to miss this.
Time for our tale of the tape. It's Manny Pacquiao. He stands 166 centimeters tall and has a reach of 170 centimeters. And up against him in this one, Jaime Munguía, 183 centimeters tall with a reach of an identical 183 centimeters.
You want to get out of the way because when you've got a brawler that's in your face that wants to walk through you like a truck, you just got to use your speed, use that reach, use that height, and keep them off you, because if they get up close and personal, you're going to have no ribs left.
It's the Pac-Man. What a career he's had. Awarded Fighter of the Year multiple times and the only 8-division world champion in boxing history. Here comes Jaime Munguía. When your hometown is Tijuana, Mexico, you're gonna be a problem. The knockout machine looks for another victim here in this one.
If this fighter knows how to use that reach, this is going to be a shot night.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from General Santos City in the Philippines, truly one of the all-time greats, boxing's first and only 8-division champion of the world, Manny Pacquiao. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Tijuana, Baja California, Mexico, here is the hard-hitting knockout artist and a super welterweight champion of the world, Jaime Munguía.
Well, I hope you brought your sunglasses because we're fighting outside, and what a main event this should be.
You got the fresh air, you got the breeze, you've got the fans baying for your blood, wanting to see you win or lose.
What a great venue, and what a great matchup. Cannot wait for this one. So here we go. Should be a good one. That one will count. Left hook scores. A perfect counter shot. A straight right just misses. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Usually you don't have to worry about getting a sunburn when you're fighting, Johnny, but that's certainly the case today with the sun blazing.
This is taking boxing back to its roots. Outside, where you've got the crowd there, you can hear everything, you've got the breeze of the wind, you've got the heat of the sun. You know when you're doing this? Your feet are on fire. They're on fire in the ring.
Holding nothing back here in the round. Threw a punch and just got countered. No rest for the weary. That hook was off target. Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
This fighter has been described as a swarmer, that fighter who attempts to overwhelm their opponent by applying constant pressure.
Oh man, you've got swarm in your face. You've got to try and push him off, make him go into the rope. You've got to sometimes fight fire with fire. Hit him low on the blind side of the referee. Get him angry.
The jab doesn't quite connect. Swing and a miss with the left hook. Good defense to block the hook. punch caught him clean. They better start respecting each other's punching power. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Manny Pacquiao in that last round. They got the momentum, they got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round?
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
Let's go out there. You were smart, you weren't loading up. You said, just take the round off, win the round on your jab, then
and there's the bell for round two. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
When you're training to fight a swarmer, Johnny, you know this better than anybody. You have got to be in peak physical condition, because they're not going to let you breathe.
You are fighting a swarmer. Be smart, be sharp, concentrate, but you've got to be confident. Do not dance his dance, because that swarmer, once you do that, you're giving the man a chance that can have you.
And he scores with the counter. By the way, the connect percentages have to be off the charts. No rest for the weary. It all comes down to what you can do on the inside.
Sometimes I'm feeling with fighters that don't know what to do, don't have to break it down. Then they get a little dirty.
Nice counter. How about that time counter shot? These two are the perfect dance partners.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Scoring hook. Beautiful counter shot. Caution being thrown to the wind. Johnny, I love watching these lighter fighters just based on the hand speed and the foot movement. So impressive to watch. He's putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. They exchange punches. Those counter punches have to hurt. Despite what the judge... Munguía now, flat on his back. Is he going to get up? Wow, that seemed to be the punch he was looking for. Let's watch it again.
I need to see that again.
Talk about Jaime Munguía in that last round. Let's see how the game plan changes after that big knockdown.
To make or break a fighter.
sticking a few body shots in there, vary it up a little. Come on, you're better than that. You've done all your work all the way through camp. I think they've been nice. Those 1-2 straight down the middle. You can't miss them. You're going back into this. You're better than this, kid. Go back out there and win the round.
Now, don't want you to load up. Don't be looking there for one shot at a time. Set him up. We can take him out. He's ready to go. He's absolutely shattered.
He's hurt. He's very much better than me.
There's the bell to start round 3. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff it.
This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. Here we go with the lightweights. Get ready to see some blazing hand speed and fancy footwork.
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
He misses with that straight left. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Well, Johnny, we're in the early stages here. What have you seen so far?
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. Misses with the straight left. And that hook misses. Well, Johnny, we're a couple rounds in. What are you seeing so far?
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out of the way, box him, frustrate him, because if you let him get away with it, he'll close you down.
He parries that left jab away. That counter shot lands. Is he going to punch himself out, though? The only fear you have with this lightweight is, has he punched himself out? You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Manny Pacquiao in that last round. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this fight.
Just big deep breaths. Big deep breath. Doing what you're doing. Gap to the pin. Getting your time in. Oh, it's not over yet. You've got to go out there and win this round. You have every...
Here we go to the 4th round. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Nice slip to avoid the jab. Beautiful counter punch. Tried to score with the jab. He blocks the uppercut. Catch and shoot. Nice counter punch right up the middle. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Well done with that counter shot. blistering hand speed from both of these outstanding lightweights.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in the fight. They've got to relax.
Wanted to land the left hook, but was not successful. Good counter punch. This fight has a real good flow to it. It's not always about who hits harder. In this division, ring IQ can go a long way.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
Just missed with that hook. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Manny Pacquiao in that last round. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter, and the cornerman's got to put a firecracker on that fight to get out there and get the job done.
Good work. The jab working 9 and needs to win this round. Get your mind back, get your focus back.
Back into the fray here in round 5. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Throws the jab and doesn't score. Johnny, you know, in the lightweight division, they've got fast hands, so get ready to see some lightning.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Left hook missed. A lot of effort being exerted. Did you see that? Oh, Munguía made a mistake, and now he's paying the price. A true champion knows how to get out of trouble after they got into trouble, and it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's all right to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
Good counter punching. The referee taking a look here, and if the fighter can't see, the fighter can't fight. So time back in. Let's keep fighting. And this with that jab. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Call out Jaime Munguía in that last round.
That
We'll see how much endurance these two fighters have.
There's a lot on the line here.
That's it. Start sticking a few body shots in there. Okay, now you've led him back into the fight that round. I need you to switch back on. You were smart, you weren't loading up, but you were still landing your power. Don't worry about that round. Let's go out there. Let's reset.
Let's start the 6th. How much is left in their tank after last round?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
There's a counter shot. Throws the jab but does not score. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. Nice counter shot. That left hook missed. Well, you know, in this division, you got to have speed and you got to have footwork, or you're going to be a cooked goose.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong, because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Pretty close fight here in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Nobody home with that hook. You can see the heavy breathing, but that's not slowing him down. Throwing the hook, but it doesn't score. This fighter's sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
I've never seen a fighter so fast in my life. How do you deal with this? You've got to hope they run out of steam.
Punch, counter punch. Stamina is off the charts. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Manny Pacquiao now. How much cardio was put in for this fight? It may come down to that.
You cannot gas out. If you prepared right, slept right, ate right, and did everything right for this fight, you have no excuse for gassing out.
And eat smart. I don't want you to load up, don't be look, get your focus back, get that jab back, keep boxing, be smart.
Here comes round 7. They really seemed to exhaust themselves last round. Let's see what they have left.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. Just misses with that jab. A perfect counter lands. You know, with lightweights, these guys are going to be lightning quick.
I've seen some fights with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Incredible work rate. Nice counter shot. This fighter is not interested in throwing one shot at a time. They throw combinations and they throw them non-stop.
Let me explain to you about a fast fighter that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed, they're confident, they know they just have the quick burst, boom! In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way.
Look at the swelling and the bruising. They're going to take a look, and they may stop this fight. This fight will continue. That left hook won't score. Very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Manny Pacquiao in that last round. You've heard the old phrase, this might come down to who wants it more, but it might come down to who's in better shape.
This is when you talk about championship material.
Work on wolf that jab slick. And win this round. You had everything in the bag, and now you've let out. Set him up. You'll take him out. He's ready to go. He's absolutely.
And we enter the 8th round. Fatigue is setting in. Let's see how they handle it here in this round.
What are they doing that now? Are they trying to get an early out? That's a lot of energy burst. They did 6 rounds in one. They're going to be absolutely shattered.
Through the straight left, but it won't score. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Missing with the hook. As we burn through these rounds, this aggressive fighter continues to come forward, seemingly with endless energy, Johnny.
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown a shot. The strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch, they want to punch through you. They don't want to punch you. They want to punch straight through you. So you've got to be careful.
Miss with that jab. To be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Nice counter punch. Some real good back and forth between these two fighters.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
He misses with that straight left. And this is not the way Munguía thought this fight was going to go. Didn't wait too long to get back and get engaged.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
He threw a punch and just got countered. He misses with that straight left. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Pacquiao in that last round. I'm worried about these two fighters gassing out as this fight goes on.
You cannot gas out. If you prepared right, slept right, ate right, and did everything right for this fight, you have no excuse for gassing out.
Switch on. Good work. Don't forget the jab. And don't get carried away. It's a tougher fight, and he's going to be confident. You've got to take that confidence away.
And we enter the ninth. Not sure these two fighters can keep up the pace we saw last round, but you know they're going to try.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Good counter punching. His stamina is off the charts. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're dealing with someone with so much speed, you've got to get your timing right.
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close round.
His stamina is off the charts. Let's see that again.
I've got to see that again.
Back on their feet, but how long will they stay there?
Hard, he's up. I'll be surprised if he makes it back to the corner. And if he does, will he get back up on the stool again? That was a shot.
Looks like he's leading halfway through this round.
The corners must be so happy. Down to a T, play the plan out to a T. If they can pick up momentum and do this over and over and over again, they've got it.
What heart, what desire, but at what cost? They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've done in the ring with fights like that, and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out of there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
Good hook to the body. Total domination with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Manny Pacquiao in that last round. So it's plan B time after being knocked down in that round.
I love the response though. Got back up, took a deep breath and thought, right, brush it off, get on with the job.
Just get your breath back, mind back, get your focus back, get that jab back. Just boxing. Good work. Don't forget the jab and don't get carried away.
There's the bell for round 10. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
There's a counter shot. They exchange punches. The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? So much bruising. Will the referee stop this fight? And I can't believe that it's ended this way.
Time is of the essence, and it was a matter of time when this happened.
Well, Johnny, complete and total domination, a stoppage victory. How do you rate the performance?
A TKO, we've got to see it again. Because TKOs, they finish the story too early. It's like being kicked out of a club before the night's done. We want to get a full-blooded who won and who lost.